We'll call the meeting to order and take attendance of members and guests. Item 2, any public comment?
No, there's not. I think it's a good idea that we include that on each agenda, each month, just in case, just to cover bases.
Number 3, the consent agenda.
If anybody has questions on minutes, we can, go back to that. Couple things on encumbrances. We did have to do some repairs on walk-in cooler, the one that's outside, right there outside the kitchen. Bless you. For $4,472. Compressor went out on that, so we did have to have Luck Bill come up and do some work on that last week. We've opened up just kind of an open PO to purchase some oil and things from O'Reilly's. Billy does a good job of making sure that we get the best deal there and shopping around. We made some purchases for the library. We're required to spend at least $9 per student per site. And so we have a little bit more that we need to spend at the high school, but there are some POs there for the library, and that's what those will be for, most of the new books. I'll talk about it now just because it's there, but down at the bottom, and I'm on this page 1 of 2 here, you'll see general medical devices, new AED machines for the district. We purchased 2 new AED devices that will go in this building. The ones we have are still in working order, but the batteries in them are no longer made, and so we purchased 2 new ones, and they are expensive. I've reached out to some medical professionals here in town and some local businesses to see if they would provide some financial assistance, but those are about, what, $3,000 a piece? And then we also purchased some additional supplies and things just as backups for those and for others that we have at the elementary and the complex. So $7,773 for that, but those are necessary, and we need to make sure that we have those. Like I said, reached out to a few businesses and some doctors and stuff here in town, and hopefully we'll get some support there to help pay for those. Other than that, as far as those expenses go on that sheet, I just wanted to kind of draw attention to a few, those that were a little bit more than normal. Other on in the building fund, it's not much, but we did buy 2 loads of white rock, and we took those to the ag farm. It was getting a little low or needed out there, so we did haul 2 loads of that in. The next page there, nothing really out of the ordinary. Of course, electric bill was a little bit higher, and I think that's probably due to just winter time and lots of activities, lots of things going on here in our building, and then through December too. So other than that, there are not really any other purchases anywhere that would be out of the ordinary or higher than usual in any of our funds and accounts there. And activity fund, I don't know if Kendra, is there anything you need to mention specifically there? Okay. And then treasurer's report. Our accounts right now are going to look a lot more healthy than they usually do, just because this time of year after we get our tax check in, that's a big chunk, and so looks a lot better, now than compared to a couple months ago. But things are still pretty steady, coming in and out, and expect it to kind of stay that way for the rest of the year.
motion that we approve the consent agenda.
I'll second. Parker?
Yes.
Hall?
Yes.
Gibson? Yes. Collins?
Yes.
Number 4, principals report.
I honestly can't remember the last time we had board meeting. Sorry, it's been a fast January, but, I may have already said this, but Sophia Baldwin was the winner of our elementary spelling bee. I was so proud of all of our kids. It was so fun, even the little ones in first grade getting up there spelling out their words. So, thank you to Mrs. Jordan for putting that on and Mrs. Eckhart from our building handling that for us. Our elementary basketball wrapped up on the 21st. Both boys and girls had a win against Kremlin, if I remember correctly. Also, our academic team placed 3rd at regional, so they'll be headed to state. And we just finished winter benchmarking at the elementary. We've been using our PLCs to kind of compare the data from the beginning of the year to the middle of the year, and we are seeing progress. So that's always exciting for us to try to do things to see what will work and try to keep an eye on all that growth. So that's about it for us.
Basketball's winding down. We have a game tonight, so if you want to stay and watch basketball, feel free. Senior night is next Monday here. We'll recognize our seniors at 6 o'clock that night. District basketball pairings have come out, and so they start February 14th, and we will travel to Okarche. They seeded it this morning, and we will play Pioneer boys and girls this Friday at Pioneer, and then a week from Friday we'll play them again at Okarche. So, and winter will move on and play Okarche, and the first round of districts is winter go home. So, wish everybody the best of luck there. The junior high Chiefs were the champions of the junior high conference tournament at Medford for the 2nd year in a row, so they went undefeated this year. The Cherokee local show starts on Sunday. The county spring show starts on Monday the 10th. And then last week, FCCLA went to the regional star events. Everybody that went placed 1st, 2nd, or 3rd, so all the students that went to the regional star events, and there's Kaylee Eckhart was 1st in teacher train level 1, Zoe Stout was 1st in teacher train level 2, Montana Ledford and Emma Smith were 1st in interpersonal communications level 1, Regina Wimpy was 1st, children's literature level 1, Maggie Johnson was 1st in career investigation level 1, Addie Biggerstaff was 1st in career investigation level 3, Ryan McDonald was 1st in repurpose and redesign level 1, Jennifer Salinas was 1st in say yes to FCS level 2, Alyssa Flater and Madeline Salmon were 1st in professional presentation level 1, and Kendall Collins was 1st in focus on children level 1. Tessa Littlefield was 2nd with teacher training level 3, and Wiley Jones was 3rd for sports nutrition level 2, and Christina Salinas was 3rd for focus on children level 2. So all those students will advance to state star events. Also, Jennifer Salinas was slated onto the 2025-2026 state officer ballot. So they will find out in April, the election results in April. So Ms. Jordan had several things. First day back from Christmas break, that Tuesday, we provided CPR training for all our juniors and seniors. It's a graduation requirement, so we just have Northwest Tech come in and certify them in CPR. She had a FAFSA meeting night for seniors and families. Last Wednesday, Stuco sponsored a blood drive that had 21 donors. Ms. Jordan is currently doing ag certification testing with some of our FFA students. 10th grade last week went to Northwest Tech for tours and pre-enrollment for future programs for next year. And then the spelling bee winners, junior high was Jack Barker and high school was Anna Kiner. Took 1st in their divisions. Each winner was given a monetary prize of $100, courtesy of the Cherokee Education Foundation. And the junior high and high school winners were additionally given a $100 scholarship from the Cherokee Education Association. This will be awarded at their high school graduation. And the elementary and junior high winners will compete to go on to the Scripps Spelling Bee program event soon. So lots of stuff going on. Like I always say, if you haven't got our app, get the app, and Ms. Tucker keeps you better informed than I do.
Thanks for those reports.
Number 5, proposed executive session to discuss and after returning to open session, take possible action on the proposed items pursuant to 25 O.S. 307.1. Discussion of the following matter is proposed, or will be proposed. Should I go ahead and read through those, or just,
I don't know that
Okay.
you necessarily have to, we just need to.
I'll make a motion that we enter executive session for the evaluation of the superintendent.
I'll second.
Parker,
yes?
Poe,
Yep.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
Vote to convene back into executive session.
Stub C, vote to acknowledge return to open session.
Is that right? Okay, C.
I'll make a motion to return to open session.
Second.
Parker,
Yes.
Poe,
Yep.
Gibson,
Yes.
Collins.
Yes.
The statement of minutes of the executive session.
During executive session, we discussed the ongoing evaluation of the superintendent pursuant to 25 OS 307B1.
Okay, open session. 6, superintendent's report.
The legislative session opened today, and Governor Stitt gave the state of the state address. So in regards to education, not a lot of things mentioned. Basically stated that there would be a flat budget, which means really no increases, and I think he cited just the last couple of years with some increases there. Two things that he talked about. One was the elimination of virtual days, which I feel like we're kind of ahead of the game there. We haven't had virtual days unless we just absolutely had to or had no choice in a really long time. So I'm in agreement there. Kids need to be in school and in class for that. So, that could be a very strong possibility that those become a thing of the past. And then a push for cell phone policies in schools. He started last fall, trying to find schools out there that have policies. We have no cell phone policy to some extent where they're not having them in the classrooms, they keep them put up. But I do think that there will be a bill that is passed and at the very least will require all schools to have some sort of policy. I don't know how particular it may be. We'll just have to see once it comes out what the language says and what the requirements are there. But that's really all that was mentioned in his speech in regards to education. Right now, there are almost 450 individual bills that are related to education that are going to be filed. Now, most of those won't ever even make it out of a committee. Some of them are just, pretty crazy. I've already seen a few floating around out there they just seem really bad. We'll keep an eye on them and see if they gain any traction. My advice is if you see something out there that's concerning, and you feel like anybody, parent or grandparent, anybody, call your representative, call your senator, and express your concerns to them. Like I said, 450 education-related bills, so it's a lot to keep track of. OSSBA and COSA do a great job of kind of weeding those out, keeping an eye on them, and seeing if any of them do gain traction and what those bills might mean. But there are some things out there. It's been a noisy couple weeks, just even in the nation with schools and things. But we're keeping a close eye on everything. And as noisy as it is out there, it's fairly quiet here. So we're in a good place. Already talked about the AEDs that we purchased, so that's really all I have to report on this month.
Okay, number 8, can we get a motion to vote to adjourn?
No, yeah, there's no new business either.
Oh, sorry.
It's all right.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
I'll second.
Carter?
Yes.
Poe?
Yep.
Gibson?
Yes.
Collins?
Yes.